Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodloo 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested. No pressure though. It is New Year's Eve, and we decided to watch our very last movie of the year, and that movie was Banshees of Inisherin. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure. But that's the last movie we're watching. Not the last thing we're watching, because my wife every year for the past, I think it's like 23 years, although I think there was one year where she wasn't able to watch it. Um, has watched the Millennium episode of X-Files, so that's actually happening right now. She's up there watching it because that's kind of like her thing. But anyway, Banshees of Inisherin, watched it. Seen a lot of praise for it. I'm seeing it on a lot of like top 10 lists, top 5 lists, top 3 lists, number 1 lists. So I thought I'd give it a watch, especially as preparation for the Oscars. I always like to do that. And, this one's getting a lot of praise, so I figured I'd watch it for that reason. It's probably going to get nominated, right? And I've seen people predict it as a win, right? So basically, what we're looking at is a movie that takes place during the Irish Civil War, and that's sort of happening on the mainland, but then we have this island that seems very separated from that Civil War. They talk about it, they know a little bit about it, what's going on, but they still feel very distant from it. They can hear blasts of, artillery happening from a distance, but again, very separated. But while that Civil War is happening on the mainland, on Inisherin, this island, they are we're watching sort of this civil war between two friends that have been friends for a very long time. Just one day, one of them decides they don't want to be friends anymore, and how do you cope with that? One person just is kind of like, I'm done, and you're like, well, I wasn't done. And then, clashes start happening because one person is trying to hold on, one person's trying to further their distance. And so you're having this, nation at war, and then these friends at war. Nation on the mainland, friends on the island. And we're watching the ways in which they sort of, as a civil war is, they self-harm each other. One of them, I don't even know if I want to give this away, but, when you are at odds like that, you have this friendship, and, spite sort of builds, revenge sort of builds, things like that sort of builds to where not only are you, trying to separate yourself or maybe harm the other person through various ways, but in doing so, you are hurting yourself. So all of that, it's just kind of like it probably goes deeper than, I just finished the movie like 10 minutes ago. But we have sort of those two layers happening. And it's very much mimicking what is happening on the mainland in a way, but between two individuals on the micro, where it's sort of happening on the macro level on the mainland. So that's kind of interesting, that echo that we are seeing in this movie. Performances are really good. It's dramatic, but also really funny. And at times I thought we were getting into some fantastical elements. There's this woman on the island who kind of looks like tropes of a witch or death or something like that. So that was kind of interesting, and I kept waiting for something explicitly supernatural to happen, and nothing ever did, but I was like waiting for it. Like, it really seemed like something was going to happen with, from a supernatural standpoint, but it never did. But it was a very good movie. I don't know if it's going to be a Best Picture winner. It doesn't seem like one to me, but who knows? I have a lot of movies to catch up on. I don't know. It was made by a playwright who also did McDonough. What's her name? McDonough? Is that right? Gosh, I can't remember now. But anyway, they also did Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But with this one, I don't know if this was originally a play, maybe, but as I was watching it, before I learned it was, um, done by a playwright, I was like, I could see this as a play. Sometimes that's okay in a movie, sometimes it's not because it feels like a play put on screen, right? It doesn't feel very cinematic, but there's a lot of nice cinematic shots here, beautiful mise en scène. There's uh, beautiful landscape shots and things like that we're seeing, and I really liked all of that. Really liked all the cast, very limited cast, um, but everybody I think does a pretty good job. My only gripe with the movie is Colin Farrell's hair in some scenes. Most of the scenes looks dyed, like a lighter color of artificial color. I think they should have just gone with his natural hair color. I think of it as darker. Here it was almost like a chestnut, but it felt a little box dye, and I could be wrong. Maybe that's his natural hair color, but it looked a little artificial to me. And he's getting older. Maybe he has some gray. He's a lot older than me, but I am showing more gray than he is. So I think maybe they should have just let him have his natural hair. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know. But it looked a little artificial to me. But anyway, overall, really good movie. I at this moment I still have a lot of movies to see. Don't see it as Best Picture winner, but what do I know? It runs a wide spectrum of emotions, which is really nice. Uh, it's very humorous, very funny. I was laughing out loud, but also really dramatic and great acting all around. So you never know; it could happen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Actually, it's New Year's Eve. I don't know. I could film more stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We got like an hour or so before midnight, but I don't know. If I do, I'll put it in here. If not, perhaps I'll see you next year for more Pure Hangout. You know what? I'm going to dig into these. I'm going to give these a shot. A shot. Get it? I didn't intend for that pun, that joke, but it ended up happening. So yeah, these are chocolates that have liqueurs in them. They also give you some instructions on how to drink them. You choose one, you unwrap it, you bite the top, you drink, you enjoy. Or you could just pop the whole thing in your mouth, right? So yeah, let's dig into these for New Year's. I got about an hour before midnight hits. So I'm gonna go with the St. James rum and the Villa Massa limoncello. Those are doubles. I have another one there and another one there. The other ones I'll do on a different day. But yeah, let's give these a try. I'll start with the St. James. Here it is outside of the wrapper. Right there. Let's bite the top off. Ooh. Oh, crap. That's pure. I wasn't expecting that. That is strong. Okay, bit the top off. Drinking. Wow, that's pretty potent. And then eat. I thought it was a little crispy. Mmm. Yeah, those are a little crispy on the inside. Is that sugar lining or something so the alcohol doesn't go through the chocolate? Anyway, again, that was the St. James rum. Pretty good. Okay, limoncello next. Let's try it. Looks about the same as the other one, but if you see there, a little discoloration. Not sure what that is. I'm sure it's fine. Let's bite off the top. I like lemon flavored stuff, so this is up my alley. This is good. Lemon chocolate. Let's do the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Mm. The crispiness is what is surprising to me, and how strong the alcohol is. Now, I remember I snuck some of these from my mom when I was a little kid. She got these for Christmas or something from a friend, and my memory had the texture of the liqueur being more like honey. So I was very surprised with how liquidous this was. This felt like actual, like, like liquor, liquid, you know? But yeah, pretty good and very fun to eat. We did it. It's 2023.